I am Mama Ducks, Baby Duck, Mr. No Ducks himself, Quack, Quack. Let's talk about what happened on Smackdown from Tulsa, Oklahoma tonight. Well, hey, I'm about to give y'all a new format, a new way of recapping these shows. I'm going to listen to y'all feedback. If y'all like it, we're going to keep it. If y'all don't like it, then we're going to go ahead and scrap it and continue to do what we've been doing while we recap this wrestling. I have got a lot of good feedback from people telling me that they like the way that I recap these shows because it feels as if they are right there watching the show themselves when they listen to my breakdown of the show. Where I kind of want to get even a little bit more intense with the people to where now I'm going to be playing the audio from the show. Definitely not showing any visuals because we ain't trying to get copyright strike or whatever. But the audio, the talking segments and stuff like that, man, I'm going to start playing the audio and I'm going to be reacting to the audio in real time in the moment as I do these recaps for these shows. Of course, I've already watched the full shows. I already know what happened, what went down, but I got to give the information to you, my people, my audience, the flying V, the ducks, quack, quack. Well, let's get into it, man. Y'all already know SmackDown kicked off the way it normally kick off. We get to see the people who are going to be a part of the show showing up to the arena with their luggage or with their friend, with their buddy, or whatever they doing as they walking and entering into the arena. No different than tonight. Well, the show got kicked off with that boy Cody Rhodes, and we know that Cody Rhodes was not cleared to fight because of what happened to him by Randy Orton when he got punted in the face. You know what I'm saying? I love the punt, but my boy didn't get his 15. I'm still mad about that. If Randy Orton don't get his 15, man, y'all can hold me to this. I ain't gonna watch wrestling no more, man, ever again. Like WWE out of there. But anyway, man, we kick it off with that boy Cody Rhodes, man. And when we left off, we already know that Cody Rhodes was not medically cleared, so we'll be just waiting to hear the answer for that. So I'm not gonna give you the answer. I'm gonna let him give you the answer himself. But watch this though.
Earlier tonight, I got here. I met with WWE's esteemed medical staff. I met with my friend, our general manager, Nick Aldis, to find out if I would be medically cleared for action.
Are you? Come on, man. Don't keep us waiting.
Well, that's exactly what happened because I am cleared for action.
Let's go.
Which begets the question, what's next for Cody Rhodes on SmackDown? This is the revolution.
Uh-oh. There go Rickey Stops.
Maybe who's
AKA Ricky Saints, WWE. AEW connection right here. We got an AEW connection. Mr. Absolute himself.
Absolute. On arrival, Ricky Saints. Here we are. You and I, Cody, we're no strangers to each other, so I'm sure it's no surprise that I am out here. But I know that you feel the change in the air. And that change is a revolution. And when we talk about that, we talk about who's leading the revolution. There is one man. It is me. Since day one, it has always been me. I am the revolution. I am the man. And I want you to know something. Welcome to Friday Night Saints.
Let's go.
This is an easy thread to pull. I came out here in front of all our friends in Tulsa. I told all our friends in Tulsa that I was cleared for action. You look like you're game for some action. So is that what you want to do here tonight? Ricky Saints versus Cody Rhodes? Is that what you're going to do? Let's do it then. 10 minutes after Cody says he's medically cleared, he wants to do it here. Well, one more thing, actually. I didn't didn't come out here to make a statement. I came out here to change who the show is about. Fair, Ricky. Let me remind you what I reminded everybody last week. On Smackdown in WWE, I'm easy to find, hard to beat. Is he
So, y'all got to hear, man. That was the opening segment. Cody Rhodes is clear, man. He is able to fight and look like he's willing to put his belt on the line, man. I wouldn't have went that far, but hey, it is Cody Rhodes. Like he said, he easy to find but hard to beat, man. Ricky Saints coming out. We've been hearing the rumors all week that Ricky Saints was about to be called up. You know what I'm saying? When and on what segment? Of course, we definitely didn't know what that was going to be. But I would say I'm happy that he got called up and he's in the top tier, man. They didn't waste time with him. They didn't put him, in the mid card. He ain't going for the United States Championship. He didn't answer Trick Williams or Sami Zayn, or he answered Cody Rhodes, man. And I think that's the level that he should be at. I wasn't mad at them because they sent him to NXT at all. I do think that he needed a little bit more work, but I thought that he was definitely ready. Yeah, Ricky Saints been ready for a long time, man. And with his brush in NXT, I think that even just made him a little more polished to understand the WWE way of doing things. And I don't even think he ever had a problem with doing it their way. So now that he know their way compared to the old way that he come from, yeah, man, I think Ricky Saints is going to be a problem. You know what I'm saying? So the segment was pretty much, they didn't play all of it. These are just clips from it. You know what I'm saying? Again, I ain't trying to get a copyright strike and no stuff like that, but you can pretty much feel the AEW vibes throughout the conversation. They definitely gave some innuendos when it came to stuff like that. I wasn't mad at it. You got to be a smart fan sometimes. And when you are a smart fan, then those innuendos really help out a lot. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we had another segment to go down. And the second segment is we had Charlotte Flair. And Charlotte Flair was having a match. But before she had the match, it was some conversation backstage because y'all remember last week, Fatal Influence showed up and they jumped Rhea Ripley. And Rhea Ripley felt as if, she could have beat all of them, but the reason why she didn't beat all of them because of the numbers game. It was a 3-on-1. Well, Fatal Influence also got into it with Charlotte and Alexa too. When they made their debut, they ended up breaking up the tag team title match or whatever. So Rhea, getting jumped, felt as if since Charlotte had a match with JC Jane, that she should be the third wheel with Charlotte and Alexa so that the numbers game could be even, But you know how Charlotte is. Charlotte was like, man, I ain't trying to hear all of it. Anyway, I'm going to let you hear the audio. I did just tell y'all, we got the new format going on. So, hey, let's implement it. Let's go. Oh, hold up.
Fatal Influence made a big statement in their debut, attacking you two. Charlotte, tonight you have a one-on-one against JC Jane. Are you worried at all about their numbers advantage? I can answer that.
Yeah.
Listen, I tried to take on Fatal Influence last week alone and I got ambushed. So, I'm willing to put our differences aside if you are to help out.
Wow, Rhea, thank you. That's so nice. Listen, champ. I know we've teamed before, but doesn't really need to team again.
There are 3 of them. There's 2 of you guys. You need me.
Charlotte, she makes a not a good point. No, I know she makes a good point, but all I need is you. I mean, I know you guys got this like cute goth thing going on, but three's kind of a crowd. AOC, besties, come on. Trying to make a dramatic exit. Oh, sorry, I gotta go. She's trying to make a dramatic exit.
Rhea willing to help with the queen. Couldn't be more direct.
Let's go, let's go. So y'all seen how that went down, man. Rhea was offering her help, man. Charlotte wasn't trying to hear it, based off the past that her and Rhea have. Alexa and Rhea, of course, like she said, they got the little gothic thing going on with each other. And ain't nobody really trying to hate on that. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So you can kind of pretty much conclude what really went on in the match. I won't go play by play, but I will give the highlights of the match and let y'all know what went down during that. You know what I'm saying? I would say that Jacy Jane took most of the match, just like she did in her debut with Rhea, even though she lost or whatever. And I like Jacy Jane, man, especially knowing her and the situations that she was in with people like Mandy Rhodes and Fatal Attraction and how all that stuff went down. And for her to be the person to actually be the one to outlast everybody in the group, even though she wasn't the number one, hey, I'm proud of her, man. So in the match, Jacy Jane kind of started off trying to mock Charlotte Flair. It started off a little bit slow, you know what I'm saying? Charlotte Flair ended up getting the upper hand, and then she ended up mocking Jacy Jane with the Ric Flair walk and the woo, because that's what Jacy Jane was mocking her with earlier on in the match. You know what I'm saying? She just kept mocking her and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? At one point in the match, Jacy Jane, she get beat up by Charlotte, and she go outside the ring to take a break. But while she trying to take a break, Alexa Bliss ended up being right there. And when she turned around and saw Alexa Bliss, she looking like, oh girl, get your little butt on somewhere, get your little scary self on somewhere. So Charlotte Flair is welcoming her back into the ring. It's kind of like a little comedy segment, little horror / comedy segment. So she get back in the ring, you know what I'm saying? Her and Charlotte is having the match. Charlotte doing all of her stuff, all her good moves. She rolling up the rope, flipping over the rope, giving the big boot. She going to the top rope, hitting her back flips and her cross bodies and all that good stuff. Jacy Jane was definitely not only hanging in there, man. Jacy Jane was showing that she belongs. She was showing that, hey, y'all done called me up to this spot. I'm on this main roster now. And she dealing with people like Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley. So it definitely seemed as if they have big plans for her too, man. And I think rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? Well, as we get down towards the finish of the match, Charlotte go to the top rope and she hits her, her patented moonsault. It ain't no EO Sky. It ain't no over the moonsault, but it is a backflip. She hit it. She get a 2 count. Jacy Jane kick out. Jacy Jane started getting a little bit of offense, and while she getting the offense, Charlotte Flair reversed it, turned it back around on her, knocked her down to the ground. She put her inside the figure 8. Well, she put her inside the figure 4, and while she's bridging for the figure 8, man, it's like Henley just ended up grabbing her arms, because she got to push up on her arms when she doing the figure 8. Well, Fallon Henley ended up grabbing her arms and pulling it so it relieved the pressure that she was doing. So Alexa Bliss ended up coming around to the other side of the ring, and she ended up fighting Fallon Henley. You know what I'm saying? Punching her and all that stuff. But it was already too late because by the time Charlotte Flair turned around, Jacy Jane hit her with that rolling forearm. You know what I'm saying? Knocked her block off. And when she knocked her block off, Alexa Bliss was already getting jumped by Fallon Henley and LR. I told y'all I call her LR or whatever. So while Charlotte Flair and is getting jumped by them, of course, you know what happened because earlier on, Rhea Ripley was trying to see if she could be the third wheel. You know what I'm saying? But Charlotte Flair rejected her, but Alexa didn't. So while they jumping Charlotte Flair, Alexa ended up getting in the ring, of course, trying to help her tag team partner. They ended up jumping her too. And while they jumping both of them, this is my brutality. This is my this is my and you know that was good because even last week when Rhea was fighting all three of them, she was getting the upper hand. I mean, she literally lost at the very end, and she was fighting all three of them by herself. So she come out to the ring, you know what I'm saying? She beat up Fallon Henley, she beat up LR, she get in the ring, she going one-on-one with JC James, she kicking her butt, she getting ready to hit her with the Riptide, but while she tried to hit her with the Riptide, JC James ended up hitting the reverse and she pushed her into Charlotte Flair, but she didn't actually hit Charlotte Flair. She was almost about to hit Charlotte Flair, and she stopped herself, and then Charlotte Flair, looked up at her like, "Oh, you know what I'm saying?" And they ended up not like shaking hands or doing nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But they kind of gave each other respect. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much how that segment ended. You know what I'm saying? And it was an okay segment, man. I definitely like the direction that they're going with JC Jane. I know with Fatal Influence as a whole, I'm not mad at Fallon Henley, you know what I'm saying? She cool. I think she ready and all that stuff too. LR, I don't really know a lot about her. I mean, she cool to be a third wheel or whatever. I don't really care about her too much. She ain't did nothing to really just make me be like, oh. But JC Jane, yeah, I like JC Jane. I'm lit that they are pushing her, and I don't see how nobody can be mad at it. I don't want to be a stereotypical WWE fan and be like, oh, she deserve it and all that good stuff, man. But I will say that the hard work that she put in, I think that it's actually paying off for her. And I don't think nobody can be mad at that. Why should they? You know what I'm saying? So the match was cool. I don't think it was something that a person would necessarily have to go out of their way to go and watch. You know what I'm saying? But if you are into that women's division and what they doing, like I am, then maybe you do. All right, man. The next segment was we was backstage, right? And our truth was talking to Fraxium, right? And while he talking to Fraxium, he talking to them about doing taxes. You see what I'm saying? But remember, every other time we saw our truth talking to somebody backstage, he was talking to people and giving them title shots, and they was heels. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the audio for it because I will play it for y'all, but I can't find it on the internet. So y'all gonna have to listen to my spectacular breakdown as y'all give me credit for. So anyway, he backstage and he talking to them about taxes, and Damian Priest walked up, and Damian Priest think that he talking to them about giving them a title shot. So when he walked up, he telling them, yeah, y'all got the title shot and this and that. We're going to give y'all the title shot tonight and all this and that. And R-Truth is like, bro, what you doing? Bro, you tripping. Like, why you giving them a title shot? And he pretty much was saying, man, look, I thought you was over here talking to them about giving them a title shot. And he was like, why would you think that? And Damian Priest was pretty much telling them, like, every other time I ramped up on you giving people title shots who don't even deserve a title shot. At least these two people, they deserve a title shot. So I'm thinking you're talking to them about a title shot. If you wasn't talking to them about that, then what was you talking to them about? And R-Truth was telling them, man, I was talking to them about taxes. And Damian Priest like taxes, like what? Well, like what do you even know about taxes? You know what I'm saying or whatever. So anyway, man, they ended up having the match, man. It was definitely for the tag team titles. Fraxium showed why their ingenuity with each other and them being a real tag team is the thing. Now they ended up losing. Of course, they didn't take the belts from R-Truth and Damian Priest, but it was a nice match. You know what I'm saying? If you into the high flying, the stuff that Fraxium bring, which I wouldn't see why you ain't, then I would say, yeah, you might want to go out your way to see the match just so you can see the position that they put Fraxium in, especially with the cuts that they just did recently. You know, they didn't cut Fraxium, man. So I wouldn't say they have big plans for him, but they are definitely contenders. Seeing that people like the Motor City Machine Guns and the Wyatt family, they cut them from the roster, but they kept people like Fraxium, man. So they definitely think that they have something, man. Like I said, when it comes to the match, I will say that Fraxium got to get all their highlights in. But at the same time, you know, we got to see the comedic stuff that R-Truth and Damian Priest do. And I think they kind of blended well in what they did for both teams. I think that even though Fraxium lost, for people who haven't really noticed them, because they've been on the main roster for a while. But for people who really haven't like noticed them, I think they had a good outing. You know what I'm saying, in this one. And if you didn't notice them, then you probably would notice them now, because everybody watch R-Truth, everybody see what he doing. You know what I'm saying. So how the match pretty much ended inside the finisher. Um, Damian Priest was going for his finishing move. You know what I'm saying. Well, he went for the southward of heaven first, you know, and when he hit the southward of heaven, he hit it on the wrong person. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, he do the southward of heaven on the wrong person, but he ended up hitting the other person with the razor's edge. I don't even know why they still call it the razor's edge. They should kind of give it its own name for Damian Priest and them and stuff like that. But anyway, he ended up hitting the razor's edge, ended up getting the 3 count. And that was pretty much it, man. You know what I'm saying? Again, nothing to really, really write home about. But if you wanted to go out of your way to, you know, get a little ha-ha, a little hee-hee in there, you know what I'm saying, then yeah, that would be one of the matches that you would probably want to go and check out, man. You know what I'm saying? The show overall, it seemed as if it was like a setup for Jacob. You know what I'm saying? And we seen that last week. You know, Jacob challenging Roman and all that good stuff, man. This looked like this is gonna be the main storyline. It looked like this is gonna be the predominant storyline. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't mad at it. You know, y'all already know. I want to see all the Samoans back together. Right now, they kind of everywhere. This person don't like them, but they like them, and they cool with them, and he cool with her, and she cool with him, and all of that stuff. I'm just waiting for it to get back to a point to where all the Samoans is on the same page. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's going in that direction, and if it don't go in that direction, then yeah, I don't know if I should be just as mad about that as Randy Orton not getting his number 15, but it's up there. It's up there. All right, so while we're speaking about Jacob Fatu and all that good stuff, man, and the Samoans and on that, man, we had a segment where Solo, you know, came to the ring and he threatened war with Roman Reigns and the Usos and Jacob Fatu, man. I will tell y'all what he said, but I don't have to do that. I'm gonna let y'all hear it from his own mouth. But listen to this though.
Even though Jacob took out my army, he took out his family. His family is my family. His brothers is my brothers. His blood is my blood. The ones that he loved is the ones I'm supposed to protect. But they're not standing right here right now because of you, Jacob. So Jacob, when your ass gets to this building, you are a dead man walking.
Uh-oh. We reading all over the world.
Speaking of his blood,
Ooh, oh.
Listen, we understand you got an issue with the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu. But you gotta understand, you ain't the only one that got an issue with him. The OTC, Roman Reigns, got a big problem with him too. And the mistake Jacob made, it's not when he took out your little family tree. The mistake he made was on Monday when he put his hands on the tribal chief.
Let's go. Acknowledge him. Gotta acknowledge him, man.
Then he put his hands on the tribal chief, he used the tongue and death grip. That's a sacred move. That move is handed down taught generation to generation. Your dad used that move, Tyler. That move is last resort. Jacob is on last resort. That means the OTC is too. So whatever plans you and your little family got tonight, get a hold of Jacobus. That's gotta hold up until the tribal chief is done with him. Yes. Guys, there's plenty of Jacob to go around for all of us. Solo. We're not asking you. We're telling you, Oos. I don't got time for this, all right? Let's go. Oh, one little nod of the head, and Tama Tonga activates.
Yeah, I know y'all can't see it, so I'm gonna talk it out, man. Solo act like he was getting ready to leave, and Tyler Tonga was acting like he wasn't finna leave. But while, hold up,
That he ain't my target.
let's go back.
So easy to just look at the wreckage at his feet. You tell Roman Reigns that he ain't my tribal chief. What he says, we don't give a damn. So whether Roman likes it or not, Jacob is a dead man.
So what happened was when he stopped talking the first time, and he was like, "Okay, come on, let's go." Solo ended up walking to the ropes like he was finna leave. He put his hands on the ropes, and then he turned his head around to Tyler. He gave him a nod, and Tyler just big boot Jey Uso. And then he grabbed Jimmy by the throat, he goozled him, pick him up, choke slam that dude to the ground, man. And then he said what y'all just heard him say. He don't give a damn what Roman Reigns is talking about. Jacob is a dead man. So if he don't want him to touch Jacob, then he gonna have to go through him too, because he coming for Jacob too. That's pretty much what he's saying. So it looked like Jacob is a marked man. And like I said earlier, man, we've been seeing a lot of Jacob lately, man. We've been Jacob heavy. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't against it. I don't like the polished Jacob. You know, I'm more used to the rugged, rickety Jacob that I was seeing on the indie scene. You know, I'm with him losing the weight to a certain extent. I don't think he should lose too much, because what made him special was the weight and the moves that he was doing at the same time. You know, it wasn't a one-sided affair when it came to that. I think both of them played a role with each other. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't like that part, but, you know, still Jacob nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? The character, and we're gonna talk about him too a little more when we get on in the show. So y'all remember when Cody Rhodes got into it with Ricky Saints earlier, when he was, you know, trying to see if he was medically cleared and who would be his next opponent, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a title match, but just to see who his next opponent was. And, you know, Cody Rhodes and Ricky Saints had, you know, a good back and forward. I like the segment. I think Ricky, he could have did better. Don't get me wrong, he could have did better. But him being him and the nostalgia and all that stuff that he bring, I think he did a good job when it came to that. When it came to the match, I think both of the brothers got offense. I can't really say who was the highlight of the match or who got the most offense over the other. I would say that it was kind of even. It was kind of fair. We kind of got to see um, two AEW dudes have a match in WWE. I think that WWE let them do it their way. You know, it started out a little bit janky at first, not just for a short time. I kind of think they was kind of getting the feel or whatever. And I wouldn't even say once they got the feel because it didn't happen for that long. So they got the feel real quick, and then yeah, they just started having their match, man. You know what I'm saying? Ricky Starks hit all his good moves. Cody Rhodes hit all his good moves as well. It came down to a point where like it seemed as if they was trying to hit each other moves. You know what I'm saying? It looked like Cody had picked up Ricky for the Rochambeau, but when he went to hit the Rochambeau, Ricky reversed it and had Cody in the crossroads, and instead of hitting him with the crossroads, I know it ain't called a Sister Abigail as one of his moves, but he ended up flipping it and hitting him with pretty much a Sister Abigail. You know what I'm saying? Ricky Saints ended up getting on offense, and as he beating up Cody Rhodes, he was picking up Cody for a Rochambeau, and as he was going for the Rochambeau, Cody dropped and pretty much got him in like a reverse crossroads, and then he turned around and got him in the real crossroads. And the way Ricky Saints fell on his head when Cody hit the crossroads, I don't know if I want to call it a botch or if I want to say that it kind of added to the intensity of the match. So I'll let you decide. You can let me know in the comments how you felt about it. But it was a pretty decent match, man. It was a pretty decent match. The music plays. The referee hands Cody his belt. He grabbed Cody's hand. He get ready to lift Cody's hand in victory, and out of nowhere, Gunther hops in the ring, put Cody in the chokehold, choked that boy out, man. I'm talking about choked him out, put him to sleep. And the crowd is just boo, boo. He put him to sleep, and Cody looked like he was trying to wake back up. Gunther got on the ground, wrapped his legs around him, put them big arms around him, choked him out even more. By this time, we got referees coming down the ramp trying to get Gunther off of Cody. It took about 3 of them, you know what I'm saying, to get him off Cody. So it looks like since Cody is cleared and for that WWE Championship, it looks like Gunther is going to be the contender, man. Who thought that? Coming out of WrestleMania going into Backlash, in which we got, a little bit over a week, if I'm not mistaken, Backlash coming to us. It looked like Gunther is going to be the #1 contender, man. How do y'all feel about that? Do y'all think that Gunther should take the belt? Should Cody keep it? Is Cody just a placeholder? And if he is just a placeholder when they put it on Gunther, should him and Cody have a back and forward, or should Gunther just win the match and that's it? So after, Gunther put him in the chokehold, he walk up the ramp, he laughing, he giggling, you know what I'm saying? He being Gunther, of course, you know what I'm saying? So the segment pretty much went off with him standing on the stage, looking back at Cody on the ground, suffering, succotash, you know what I'm saying? And pretty much smiled his way out of it, man. You know what I'm saying? So, in another segment, I got audio for this segment right here, so I'm definitely going to play it for y'all. Well, y'all know that when it comes to Danhausen and The Miz and Kip Wilson and all that good stuff, y'all know they've been having a storyline going on for a couple of weeks now. Miz pretty much pissed off at Danhausen. Kip Wilson pissed off at Danhausen. The Miz is supposed to be the mentor for Kip Wilson, and that's the bond that they have, you know what I'm saying? Danhausen is looking for a mentor too, but the Miz don't want to be Danhausen mentor, so that's why Danhausen keep on cursing the dude. Well, tonight, man, the Miz and Kip Wilson is trying to set up Danhausen. They're trying to set a trap for him. Now, I did recognize this little botch that happened or whatever. Instead of it being, matter of fact, let's play it first and then I'll talk about it after. But watch this though.
What he needs. What Danhausen wants, he needs. Free human monies. But he disappears. How can we catch him if he disappears? Because he sees the sign, opens the briefcase. We temporarily blind him. That's it. That's when we get him and jump him. You really think this is going to work? Trust me.
Just like some Kylie Coyote type stuff.
Free human monies. Ooh, I bet it's just briefcase. Wow.
Wily Coyote.
It's great. $400. I can buy so much things with this. Yeah. Didn't work. So, he just walked off with $40,000 of my money. It should have worked. What do you mean, so your Looney Tunes contraptions didn't work? Oh, yeah, it should have worked. So it worked. I'm so sick of this. Oh!
All right, man. As y'all can hear, man, they was trying to set up Danhausen, and they had a briefcase full of money, you know, and Kip Wilson's job was to have the briefcase booby trap, like some Wile E. Coyote type of stuff, you know, with the carrot under the box with the stick. You know what I'm saying? It was gave you that kind of vibe. So they went and hid in a photo booth as they heard Danhausen coming. Danhausen saw the briefcase full of money. Well, he saw the briefcase and he opened up the briefcase and he seen that it was full of money. And now Danhausen said $400, but when you're looking at the money in his hands, man, it's bands, it's stacks. It's like he had like 3 or 4 of them stacks. So it wasn't $400. It's more like what the Miz said, $40,000 or whatever. So that was the little box I was talking about earlier. Seemed as if that little part that was boxed, but maybe it wasn't boxed. Maybe, you know, Danhausen just like R-Truth. Sure, they mess up words, mess up lines on purpose all the time, so they can get away with it, man. You know what I'm saying? So while that segment was going on backstage, when Danhausen walked off with the money, he started coming to the ring. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Danhausen came down to the matter of fact. I'm gonna let you hear it. Well, first off, let me give a little caveat first. Danhausen came down to the ring. You know, he doing his audience thing, the stuff that y'all don't get to see on TV. You got to be in the arena, in which I was there last Friday for Smackdown. That was in Fort Worth, Texas. Shout out to your boy. Go check out the shorts that's right here on my YouTube channel. Put a like, leave a comment, interact with your boy. Anyway, Danhausen come out when the show was on commercial. When he do stuff like shooting shirts in the crowd or, you know, turning up the audience and stuff like that. Well, this time they actually put the segment on TV. So Danhausen came out, and while he's doing that, The Miz ended up coming out. And this is where we're going to start from. But watch this, though.
Danhausen, I will be your mentor. Mizhausen? Oh, that's beautiful. No! Miz! Have you lost your mind? You were mentoring me, remember? It was master, inspired, zone in with me! And now you enable this toxic little goblin.
Toxic.
Kid enough. Miz, wake up! No, you wake up! Do you know why everyone's talking about Danhausen?
Why?
Because he's mastered the curse. He's inspired a connection with each and every person here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. to be a WWE superstar. Can you stay the same? Nope. And you want to be my mentee? You're not even in the same league.
Oh.
Ms. Housen? No, Miz, come on. Miz, I'm begging you. Give us a chance. I wrote a poem.
I don't like them LGTB plus innuendos, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't like that.
Listen, you don't belong in this building. You should be banned. Miz, look me in my eyes. Shake my hand. Oh, no, you don't. Shake Danhausen's hand.
The Miz is confused. He going back and forward trying to see who hand to shake. He ended up shaking Danhausen's hand.
I guess there's only one thing left to do.
My bad, y'all. I ain't playing the game.
Oh no! Yes! Double cross Housen. It was a trap! What a Danhausen's lowest traps. A real trap with a real beatdown at the end. Yeah, that's what I came to Smackdown for. Thank you, Miz, and thank you, Kit. A week after Danhausen cursed both of them during a match against them, it's a skull-crushing finale. It was too good to be true, the short-lived Miz-Hausen relationship. Well, it should be the finale for Danhausen, and wait a second. Kit has got him in the target zone. Kid is going up top. Kid Wilson. You know what they say, Joe? Men cry to. Yes! The men cry to elbow.
Yeah, man. It was, I know y'all couldn't see what was going on, but y'all heard the commentators, man. Yeah. The Miz act like he was finna go with Danhausen. You know what I'm saying? He shook his hand, all that good stuff. But when he was trying to hit him with the UR cursed, the UR, you know, he spread his hands. He spread one arm to the left, one arm to the right. And when he did that, the Miz ended up coming up behind him, hitting him with the skull-crushing finale, man. And then, you know, they started jumping him, stomping him, beating him, kicking on him, all that good stuff. And then Kid Wilson ended up going to the top rope and hitting. I mean, it was an elbow drop nonetheless, but I will not deny the way he hit it was unique. You know, like Kyrie Sane. Kyrie Sane have an elbow drop, but the Insane elbow is a little bit more unique than just a regular elbow drop. Kind of the same like Macho Man elbow, but his elbow drop, when he came from the top rope with the elbow drop, at the last second, it's like he jumped out forward and flat, like with his stomach out. And then at the last second, before he hit, he twisted around. You know what I'm saying? And then hit the elbow drop that way. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened on that one. You know what I'm saying? Next segment, we're gonna get into it. If I'm not mistaken. The next segment that we had was the Sami Zayn segment. Now y'all know Sami Zayn put out Lil Yachty. You know, he was the person that was in the gingerbread costume. You know what I'm saying? And he put out Lil Yachty and all that good stuff last week. So this time, Sammy had the staff to bring the gingerbread dude down, the gingerbread costume down to the ring, and he cut a promo. You know what I'm saying? And hey, I ain't even got to tell you what he said because we got the audio. But watch this though.
I mean, guys, are we having fun or what? Huh? Listen, I'm going to say this, and I'm being honest. I don't say this in every city, okay? I love coming to Tulsa, Oklahoma. I really do. I had a beautiful morning. I actually went to the Bob Dylan Center up on Reconciliation Way. I'm a huge Bob Dylan fan. You know, Bob Dylan was a folk legend in the 60s until one fateful day when he decided to pick up an electric guitar. You know what happened when Bob Dylan went electric?
They hated on him.
They turned on him. They booed him. And I just thought to myself, man, can I relate? Because I'll be honest, guys, I don't know what I did that was so wrong to deserve some of the reactions that I've been getting lately. No one seems to know. No, it's okay. I'll tell you the truth. It doesn't bother me. I can deal with it. And do you want to know why?
Why?
Because I know that Sami Zayn's Ride or Die fan club is in the house tonight.
He's trying with that Sami Zayn.
You've had my back since day one. I know you're here, and I know there's millions more watching on television that have had my back since day one and will continue to have my back. So that's fine. I can deal with some bad reactions. I can. What I don't deal with well is disrespect. And the fact that someone like Trick Williams.
Trick Williams? Is he black?
Sure. Yes, absolutely. Whoop that Trick. Trick's great. Trick's fun. The Gingerbread Man's fun. It's all fun. You know what's actually funny, though, is the Gingerbread Man actually represents Trick Williams a lot more than it does me, because you know what this is? This is a shell of a man wearing a costume, and that's exactly what Trick Williams is.
Don't forget the gingerbread is in the ring.
It's easy to do what Trick Williams does. Yeah, get some great entrance music, get a great entrance, hit some dance moves. Oh, okay. Have a bunch of catchphrases. I could do that in my sleep, okay? You want to know what's hard? Doing what I do.
What you do?
Coming out here, night in, night out, year in, year out, giving every bit of blood, of heart, of soul, of passion, of grit, leaving it all in the ring, night in, night out, year in, year out. That's hard.
That is hard.
That's hard. So when I look at this, when I look at old Gingerbread over here, yeah, it's funny. But that's not what I see. I see Trick Williams not taking me seriously. I see Trick Williams not taking all of this, all of you, everything here. I see him not taking that seriously. I see this as disrespect. You know what I want to do? Every time I look at this Gingerbread Man?
What?
Wow, okay, what am I doing?
Right.
I'm sorry.
It's
I'm
a costume, bro. You can't beat up a costume, bro.
I'm seriously about to hit a Gingerbread Man
Like, for real?
in the middle of the ring in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, Gingerbread Man, I'm sorry. All right? Hey.
And ain't nobody in the suit, bro.
All right? Oh, come on, Sammy.
Oh, he just, oh, wow. He beating up a costume,
Really?
bro.
Sami Zayn came out here. He seems to be having fun at first.
He acting like Ric Flair. When Ric Flair beat up his jacket.
What the hell are you doing, Sami?
Ric Flair just beat up his jacket, man. Oh, man.
Well, ripping his arm off. I mean, in Sami's defense, this is a gingerbread man outfit that has raised the ire of Zayn over the past several weeks. Haunted.
Oh, there go Trick.
Drop button in hand. Here comes Trick Williams after Sami. Also like to save the day for the gingerbread man, but I know trash has been talked. And here is your repayment, Sami Zayn. Trick with a massive right hand. A hasty retreat, perhaps wisely so.
Trick just hit the ring, knocked down. I can cut it down. Trick just hit the ring. He knocked down Sami Zayn. He sits up in the corner to hit him with the trick shot. As he run over there to go and try to hit the trick shot, Sami Zayn slides out the ring, running to the audience, man. I was trying to find the video clip. I can't find it. I can't find the clip of backstage, but he was talking to Kelly, and man, they just made it. I don't know, man. They made it corny, bro. They made it like Trick Williams was saying stuff like, I can't let Sami Zayn do what he did to the gingerbread man. And the gingerbread man is my friend, and like they made it look real corny, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't even lie about that, man. Hold up, y'all. I had a little something to take care of real quick, but I'm right back. Um, yeah, I mean, I think they made Trick Williams look like our truth, man. We get that Trick Williams is funny. He does have a comedic side to him, but he's not a comedic act like a our truth is, right? But in the way that they had him acting in this segment and backstage, talking about the gingerbread man and all that stuff, man, they really went or truthish with it. He should be more like, in which we know, he should be more like, if you've seen the movie Friday with Cat Williams and stuff like that, he's the pimp type character. That's the character that they should have him playing. Now, pimps are serious, but the way they say stuff, the way they do stuff, it's hilarious. You want me to come over there and put my hands on you, player? Now, even though it's somewhat comedic on the outside looking in, you know that it's true because they would actually go put their hands on you. That's the character that they should have him playing. Y'all give me 1 second again. We back, we back, we back. All right, y'all. In another segment of the show, like I said, I didn't really like how they did Trick Williams on that one. Mhm. Matter of fact, damn, forget it. I ain't gonna do that.